Alrighty, so welcome to the inside of the course. I'm so glad that you're here. Let's get started. So what I want to do now is explain to you kind of why playing by ear is so important and kind of the steps involved before we start getting into practical examples. So first of all, what I want you to know is that learning to play by ear is a skill. It's not something that you're just going to be born with. There are people that have what's called perfect pitch, and that means that if I play a note and they turn away, they're going to be able to know exactly what note that was. So if I were to play this note, they would know that that's the note G, okay? But that's very rare. For the rest of us, there is what's called relative pitch. And what that means is that if you play this note, instead of me being able to identify it just by hearing it, I'm gonna have to take my guitar and identify it, okay? So I hear it. Let me use my looper just to give you a quick example. So I loop that now. You can hear it on the looper. And now, instead of me knowing that that's the G, I can hear that these aren't the notes that are being played. And then what I'm doing is I can hear them close. And now, by comparison, you hear that? By comparison, I know that I'm right. I'm wrong, and now I'm correct. You see that? So what I have to do, and what you're gonna have to do, is take your guitar out and kind of by elimination, eliminate the notes that are not correct, okay? So that's what's called relative pitch, and that is exactly what you are going to be developing in this course and what I have been developing for the last 10 years. So what I want you to know, first of all, is that this is a skill that is learned and that you will need to practice. But there is 100% guarantee if you put in the time, you and your ear will get this. So it's not something for privileged, it's something that you actually practice and refine in time. Okay, so that's the good news. You can definitely do this. There are no excuses. And I'm going to be giving you practical examples in this course, just like I just did with the looper. And you're going to be able to practice that. Okay, so that's the first thing that I wanted to say. Anybody can do this. The second thing that you're going to need to know is the one chord of the song or the progression that is being played. So if I'm playing G major, going to D, going to C, and back to D, you can hear that everything that I did after that G was leading me back to G. Okay, because G is my one chord, my root chord in the progression, okay? And we're going to be learning all about that. So you're going to have to be able to identify the root chord or the one chord in the progression. And then I'm going to be giving you a map that is going to help you find the rest of the chords very, very easily, rather than just being blind and looking for them. So you're going to have to know the one chord. I'm going to be getting into that. You're going to have to understand musical keys. So I was playing the one chord there. Then I went into the 5 chord of G. Then I went into the 4 chord of G. And then I went back into the 5 chord. So you're going to have to understand that musical language and what that means. And of course, I'm going to be teaching you that in the following lessons. I'm just kind of trying to give you an outline of the steps that we're going to be going through in this course. So musical keys, understanding them, finding the bass note of that one chord, as I demonstrated before with the looping pedal, so that's going to be crucial to it. Because after you find that one chord, it's going to be really, really easy to find everything that kind of follows that. That's the seed that everything else grows out of, okay? Okay, so that is the one thing. And then, of course, identifying between a major sound and a minor sound. And what I want you to do now is really take a second and just listen to the sound of major and the sound of minor. Okay, so hearing the difference between major and minor is really what is going to allow you to really perfect this skill and be able to hear songs and play them by ear. Okay, so I know that was kind of a long intro, but these are the steps, and I want you to know that this is a very realistic goal for you, and you definitely can do this. So throughout the course, I'm going to be giving you practical examples, and you are going to also have audio files that you can download. I'll tell you when they're coming up. And that way at home, you can kind of put it on your phone or on the radio, on your radio, and practice with audio so you won't need to constantly watch these videos. Okay? So let's get into our next lesson now. And let's turn you into a playing by ear machine. All right, thanks for checking out this pretty long intro. I will see you in the next lesson. See you there. Bye-bye.